Kevin Sidebottom. I'm a speaker, author, and trainer. I go around the country and teach sales organizations how to sell more effectively and with a common language, so that way they can go and invest into the customers quickly and increase their sales. Also help leadership teams gain engagement with those that work for them by using a simple process. Today, I'm going to talk to you about what is a good increase in sales. That's right, because everybody's trying to figure that out. What does that look like for a good increase? What is it 20%? Is it 50%? What does that look like for your industry? And the truth is, it depends on your industry. I mean, if it's a long established industry and it's not a really new product, you shouldn't expect earth-shattering results just on the get-go. Now, I can help you by installing a great process in place to actually increase your sales, which may be lagging. We also need to make sure that we're identifying what's going on in the market with everybody else. Find out what the market's doing. If everybody's up 10%, we're up like 20%, well, good, we're doing well. But if we're up 7% and everybody else is up 15%, well, hey, there's an issue there. We need to understand what's going on in our market. We need to be studying the market to understand these things. So it takes some time, some investigating. So we need to actually identify what our market looks like, what everybody's doing. Maybe it's a downturn. We don't know. We need to understand what that looks like before we sit there and go, hey, an arbitrary number of 8% needs to be hit. Second thing we need to understand is what's going on in our business. Have our costs increased? Has our labor rate gone up? Have we had any efficiencies that we need to report out? What's going on in our business to understand what our increase should be? Because if 8% is going to increase, but we're not going to overcome where we're at financially, well, we're going to have to adjust that, but it has to be regulated with what's going on in the industry. So if we're not doing that, we need to pay attention to what our costs are doing, what our business is trying to do, and understand it. We don't want to just slap a 3% increase and hope that works for everybody. We need to set really good goals that are manageable. And we need to do our hard work before we go out there and just arbitrarily say we need to do something. So understand the industry. The next thing we also need to focus on is making sure that our process, our selling process, is actually hitting the 5 buying decisions that the customer has. Because if it's not, well, that's where we're losing a lot of sales, and we can gain a lot of ground by actually installing the right process. Process isn't one of those sexy words, but here's the deal. Having a process actually makes people more elite and function faster, and you get increased efficiency. So make sure you have the right sales process when you're trying to increase your sales. Understand where you're at in the market. Maybe you're just underpricing the market and you need to raise your price. That can actually increase your sales too. You don't just automatically just say, okay, now the price is going to go up by 10%. I know some people try to do that. Never works. But we need to make sure that we're actually covering our costs and make sure that we're in line with what the market's doing. So we need to understand what the market's selling at. Okay? There's a lot of factors that go into that. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Be glad to help you. That's what I do with these videos. All right? We'll see you next time.